All right, Jay, let's talk a little bit about this Biden documents we got here, his classified ones, if you know what I'm saying. So, 8 hours ago, let's see from NPR. President Biden is facing a Department of Justice investigation after his lawyers found classified documents at his Delaware residence and an office in Washington, D.C. Now, this is new. So they were found on multiple instances, with a White House lawyer announcing on Saturday that five more pages had been found at Biden's home. On Thursday, Attorney General Merrick Garland appointed former Justice Department official Robert Hur to lead the DOJ probe. Yeah, people investigating themselves. He said this appointment underscores for the public the department's commitment to both independence and accountability in particularly sensitive matters, and to making decisions indisputably guided only by the facts and the law, Garland said Thursday. So it sounds like they're putting on a show, like they're going to hold him accountable. It almost seems like they're setting him up entirely or threatening him. It's pretty interesting.
They're throwing him under the bus.
Yeah.
He's no longer useful to the powers that be.
I wonder if they're just trying to not make it so obvious by standing and being like, oh, we're going to do what we got to do. This is for the American people, other
Hmm.
than just straight up attacking, because they eat their own like piranhas real quick once they turn on them. This seems a little lighter, almost like they really got to make this one meet the bar when it comes to um, planned cover ups and attacks. The announcement came just a few days after news broke that classified documents had been found at Biden's private office less than a week before the midterm elections in November, a discovery that led the DOJ to launch an initial inquiry. Which my question is, why is it always covered up right before a damn election? You know what I'm saying? Like the Hunter Biden laptop, completely covered up until after the election. Them blaming
Well,
Trump for having confidential documents, and then they find out Biden has them covered up until after the midterm election. What do you think?
yeah, well, it's the same as the whole Trump and the taxes. Like once he finally released the taxes, there was nothing really surprising out of it. And then now everyone's trying to question politicians' taxes kind of thing, especially like Pelosi. Like what has she been hiding?
Exactly. And that's their problem, I think, is once you start going, oh, well, this could be something, and it's something we've never heard of. We never heard of like auditing the presidential tax. You know what I mean? Like it was a big joke, it seemed like, when everyone was like, show us Obama's birth certificate. They just rolled it off. But yeah, like once you set the presidents of being like, oh, we need to see what dirt you have in your bank account, it starts bouncing around. And I still see highlighted topics on major news publications that's like, Trump owes 1.9 million after this, and they're still bringing it on, and it's because they drive this into their followers' heads so hard. They're like, we got him, we got Trump, we got him, we got him. They've been doing that for 6 years. These people are still sitting there for 6 years going, oh, we're gonna get him this time, we're gonna get him this time. Just nothing. And I don't even know if I support Trump for the next election. I don't know who I support. I'm pretty much like, get them all out and restart this whole situation we call the USA at this point. But it's pretty interesting that they're doing this with Biden now. you know I mean, you can't. It reminds me of that meme with the three Spider-Man guys, and they're all pointing fingers at
Yeah,
each other.
yeah.
Because it's a bunch of politicians pointing fingers at each other, going, you're dirty, you're dirty, you're dirty, and they're all like, all dirty. So it's funny that it's interesting because it's White House lawyers looking into this. It's like the police chief investigating one of his deputies, or one of his deputies investigating the police chief. They're on the same payrolls. They eat sandwiches together at lunch, kind of thing. Like, these lawyers work for Biden, but they're investigating Biden.
Yeah. So back to Biden's classified documents. The first one was at Penn, I guess Penn State,
Mm-hmm.
the Biden Center in Washington. I guess Penn. I'm not sure what's Penn.
Is
Penn Biden
Penn
Center,
Biden Center for Diplomacy and Global
yeah,
Engagement.
in Washington D.C. That was the first event. The second one was in his garage. The whole there's a whole bunch of memes with his Corvette and a open garage about this whole fiasco. And you said there's a third, which came out today.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. So it says when they first found it, Penn Biden Center for Diplomacy and Global Engagement, a think tank founded by the University of Pennsylvania. That's where a locked closet had it. The documents were turned over to the National Archives, and on November 4th, the National Archives Inspector General informed the Department of Justice of the discovery. Biden's personal counsel on December 20, Robert Bauer, informed Lausch that another set of documents had been found that day in the garage of Biden's private home in Willington, Delaware. Those documents were soon secured by the FBI. And then it says on January 11th, 2 days after CBS News broke a story about the documents, Biden's personal attorneys searched his homes in Willington and Rehoboth Beach. They found one classified document in Biden's Willington home. Then on Thursday, the White House described the review as being over. The search is complete. The White House press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, told reporters. But on Saturday, today, Somber, the White House lawyer, said that he had found 5 more pages at Biden's Willington home on Thursday when he was working with DOJ officials to hand over
What is he
what
doing?
he.
He's just leaving this out in the open?
So he's got it. He's got it at the think tank and whatever, wherever at it at one home and then at another home. They were like, "Yep, it's all done. We found it all," and then they found 5 more. So that's what I'm saying. This is like Easter egg hunt. I mean, this is a joke, right?
It's like he brought home homework. He did his homework, but he forgot where he left his homework in the house.
Yeah, he's like, my dog ate my homework. I think Corn Pop did it. Corn Pop was leaving documents all over. That'll be the next conspiracy on the left. You know, Trump was walking around Biden's house and leaving his documents around there. So, what is this guy doing? This sounds like a setup if I've ever heard one. And I am not defending Biden by any means. This sounds like a setup. Places where he either owns or directly has contributed a lot of money and time and has his name written on the building, or it's in his garage with his car. This sounds like planting evidence by his own people.
You know what this reminds me of?
Hmm.
Like a very old skit with Jim Carrey, like where he does that expression where I'm just gonna leave this right here, and then you know that he has that motion where he puts something on like a couch and stuff, and then he slowly moves away,
Yeah.
and then he plants another thing on like a table.
What is that?
I,
Is that
I
Ace Ventura?
I don't know. I think he did it in one of those movies too. Oh,
That's so funny.
The dolphin one. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Oh, yeah.
I think he did it in that. But yeah,
That's exactly what it seems like, man. I'm like, what is going on here? And I'm not defending this guy at all, I'll tell you that. So, this is what I thought was funny from Politico. It says opinion. Biden's documents case isn't similar to Trump's. It's really like Hillary's. Now, I'm not going to read any of that, but I find that hilarious comparing it to Hillary's documents case, as in her thousands and thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, whatever, of emails on a private server that were illegally dumped and destroyed after they got found out about. Possibly some of it stolen from Russia and given to WikiLeaks, where we learned about a lot of other stuff. So, yeah, very interesting thing going on here. I mean, I don't know why you would compare it to Hillary's unless you were trying to open another Epstein case up. You know what I'm saying? But weird. I wonder what's going on with that. We'll see what they do. Are they going to do? Impeach him? I think they're setting him up for his ultimate. What old people do when they get too old. I don't know that whole earlobe. I've been seeing that earlobe thing of him, the different pictures, and he has two different. He has an attached and then detached earlobes, and earlobes don't change. And then you were showing those pictures of like certain lines in the face and everything. I
yeah. I
am
think he's wearing like
150% a
a
suit.
skin cap.
Yes, yes, or something. Whether that's like to make him look younger or whatever, but I don't know. I saw a video earlier of Trump going off about how that's not him, pretty much. It kind of sounds like he's saying like that's not the old Biden, but he's like, no, that's not him. He doesn't even know he's alive. That's what he keeps saying. He doesn't even know he's alive. Wink,
So
wink.
that so that person that we're seeing on TV and stuff, that could be an actor. And the real Biden might be in like some nursing home eating some apple juice, some mashed potatoes, you know.
I don't know. I think he died a long time ago. I think he got left and then afterwards starved to death on Epstein Island. That's what I think happened. That's my firm opinion on what happened. They forgot him.
Okay.
That's
I
it. That's a
I
joke.
I think he's I think he's just somewhere in like veggie'd out.
He could be. There's a weird song by Tom McDonald talking about how they make rappers and how Eminem hasn't rapped since his album Encore, and that they clone him pretty much and then lock up the people in prison or disappear them, kind of thing. But that, yeah. So I mean, it's weird because you get different literal people of Biden, some of which can like, I mean, they all look different. It's weird, but some of which can like complete a statement, you know. And then there's the other one that gets like super angry, and then there's like the dumb one that like sucks on ice cream cones and like can't put a sentence together at all, you know, walking
Yeah.
around poo in his pants and stuff. It's really weird. Which the perfect cover up that for that is that he's old and has Alzheimer's and stuff, but that doesn't it doesn't have anything to do with his attached and detached earlobes, people.
Yeah, well, senile old man can have detached and attached earlobes.
Yeah, it just changes every day. It's fucking weird, man. I don't know what's going on. I guess that's a thing I didn't learn about ever, but yeah, it's very interesting. It's interesting how the dude can look like serious and there and intelligent, and then not the next minute, and then and then they disappears for days at a time, and it's weird. They got to program that robot, boy. Got to
You know what?
reprogram that robot.
He's Batman.
Yeah, he is. He is Batman. He's Batman. Yeah, when he met the Pope, pooed his pants. That's hilarious. I'd poop my pants too if I met that demon.